We now invite you to join us for part 48 of the conference titled The First Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress, held in the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates on December 7, 2010, with the participants sharing their thoughts on the Congress.
Will you please share us your thought on Supreme Master Ching Hai and her message on vegetarianism and it being a solution to tackle global warming?
Yeah, vegetarian is a solution to a lot of problems. It's not only the global environmental problem, even human health problem. Because, artificial foods are not good. Nature, you go back to nature. And we were all born to live as long as we could live. There's an Irish couplet which says it so beautifully. I eat when I'm hungry. I drink when I'm thirsty. If heavens don't fall down, I'll certainly live till I die. So that's true. But then we have spoiled our atmosphere. We have spoiled our food. Today, we put a lot of chemicals into the ground, so destroy all the earth bacilli. So you don't get the natural food at all. So let's go back to nature, and probably vegetable and fruits are the ideal things. I think her message is very good, and she is doing a very good work. I hope people will understand and don't oppose what she says.
And share anything to share with our global viewers?
We predict the future linearly, like we predict the weather. You see the weather predictions on the television. If they say it's going to rain in Dubai tomorrow, it will not rain because the universe is not linear. Just as we doctors predict about the patient's future, because we predict linearly. So non-linear prediction is very difficult. So predicting the future I don't believe in that. Be veg, go green to save the planet.
My name is Mohammed Parham Al-Awadi, and I'm an Emirati from the UAE, and I've had the privilege of being invited to the MEVEG conference to give our views on vegetarianism. And I own a restaurant here called Wild Pita.
Can you tell us more about your restaurant and the work you are doing?
Well, Wild Pita is a shawarma restaurant. And traditionally, when you say shawarma, people think meat and chicken. What we've done is we've created the world's first vegetarian shawarma. So I'm a semi-vegetarian. I don't like to eat meat all the time. I like to eat vegetables. So we created a restaurant where, you have that option. And the other problem is every time I went to eat somewhere and, you said that I want to eat vegetarian food, the choice would be very boring. You won't be satisfied. So we want to create a vegetarian shawarma that was actually satisfying and that was actually good for you, and had a mix of different vegetables in there. Now, probably the interesting thing about our restaurant Wild Pita is that we make everything. So we know what goes into our bread, we know what goes into our sauces and everything else. So we believe in creating food and serving food with integrity.
In the issue of global warming, can you share us your thought on that and how vegetarianism plays a part in this?
Well, I think we each have a role to play in respecting this living earth. So me personally, talking outside of food, I've decided a year ago to give up my car and take public transport. So I take buses and I take the metro, and where necessary, only if necessary, I carpool, and that's just me, one person. And I have friends now that are doing the same thing as well. So it's really amazing. You can make a small change and it will lead to bigger ones. So I think it's people can contribute to this cause in so many different ways, and it doesn't always have to be huge. It could be a small change.
Will you please then share a little bit more of your personal message with our global viewers? Like tell them your ideas, in ways that they can contribute to a better environment.
I think the one thing that I can say is learn, is find out, be curious about your food, where it comes from. Be curious about what it means to be healthy. Don't think about just what you put into your body. Think about the sports aspect as well, working out, and think of health as something that's well-rounded. It's not just what you eat. It's how you think, and the exercising aspect of it as well. But again, going back, I'd say educate yourself. Get online. There's a lot of information out there, and find out about what food does to you.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, she advocates vegetarianism as a way to tackle global warming. Would you please share your thoughts on that?
Again, personally, I'm a semi-vegetarian, and anything that we can do as a people to help the cause of global warming is admirable. And I advocate, as many people to do that. It's an honor to be interviewed, and best wishes. Anybody that has a respect for human beings and this living earth deserve respect. Be veg, go green to save the planet.
Hi, good evening. I'm Sheila Anand, middle school supervisor at our own English High School, Sharjah. We are glad that we are here today for this MEVEG Congress workshop, and we are thankful to the founder of this television, Supreme Master Cheng Hai, who is covering in the media about changing a lifestyle by taking vegetarian food. Well, we are a part of the Eco Club of our own English High School, Sharjah, which has been doing a wonderful work for the past 10 years. And this year is a very glorious year for us because we have taken part in the HSBC Eco School project where we are educating our students on reducing the carbon emissions to lower the carbon footprint. And we have been doing lots of projects. We have been selected among about 20 schools, and we are the only Asian school who's competing in this part of the Emirates. And I have my senior supervisor here, Mrs. Asha Chandran, who's going to tell you about how vegetarian food can change the lifestyle, improve our lifestyle, and improve the lifespan, in fact. Because in today's pressure where we face lots of diseases and kinds of things, vegetarian food is the best, and she's going to talk to you about that.
Hello. I'm so happy to be talking about vegetarianism, because I myself am a vegetarian. I find such pleasure in eating vegetarian food. I find that vegetarian food has a light effect on your stomach, and I also feel it's more nutritious. And if you look at the Indian cuisine, you have the variety when you come to vegetarian dishes. You have a variety of them, and so there is no dearth of recipes, and you will not run out of them. I also find that moving into vegetarian food will also lower the carbon footprint. Because that is very, very important. This is exactly what my colleague also said about her Eco Club. I must say she has been spearheading this campaign for the last decade in our school, and we have gone places thanks to the Eco Club. And we are also so happy to be here, to be veg, go green, just to save the planet. Be veg, go green, to save the planet.
Together we would say, be veg, go green, to save the planet.
My name is Shivani Adalja. I'm originally from India and I live in Abu Dhabi. I'm a well-being consultant, and I've been practicing in the field of aura alignment and feng shui alignment for 15 years now.
And are you a vegetarian?
Of course, since I was born.
Will you please elaborate more about aura alignment and feng shui?
Sure. Aura alignment is based on the ancient principles of Eastern philosophy, where we say we have 7 energy centers along our body, and each energy center represents a particular area of life, and it radiates a particular color at a frequency. So your aura is made up of colors which radiate from this energy center. Aura alignment is basically rejuvenating the 7 energy centers through different techniques like meditation, aura cleansing techniques, color therapy, healing, Reiki, all of that. And I mainly focus on teaching people how to read aura, how to clean aura. And I conduct workshops across the globe, teaching even corporates how to do that in our everyday life.
Could you share your thoughts on Supreme Master Cheng Hai?
I think it's really great that her work focuses on spiritual awareness and global warming awareness and humanitarian causes. And I really respect her for that. And I hope that the message reaches out to as many people as possible. I think it's a great message because I think if everyone became vegetarians and people started eating raw food, there'll be less energy consumption. So from that perspective, I think It's the idea of a visionary, someone who's looking 10, 20 years ahead. We can save a lot of carbon emissions by doing that.
Do you have any message you would like to share with our global viewers?
I think the message that I would like to share would be that just lead a happy, healthy, balanced life. Look after yourself, look after your aura, because your aura is like a suitcase. It carries a lot of excess baggage. So if you keep cleaning your aura and keep cleaning your chakras, then over a period of time, you will be more healthy and you will have less stress-related issues, which I think people in today's day and age are not even aware of, you know. So that would be my message. Be veg, go green to save the planet.
My name is George Swan. I'm working in Abu Dhabi with SAHA, the Abu Dhabi Health Services Company. I've been here for about 3 years in the Emirates in Abu Dhabi. And previously I worked about 20 years in Saudi Arabia. So I know the Middle East well, and I am a great believer in exercise and nutrition. That's why I came here to this vegan conference.
And tell us a little bit about the state of health of the people of the United Arab Emirates, as you have a vast experience in this line.
Right. So having been here for a long time, of course, we have hospitals and clinics to take care of people, you know, when they get sick or when they're injured. Unfortunately, about 50% of the people over the age of 50 have diabetes. And so there is a serious problem that people do not exercise enough, and there's far too much fast foods. We were very happy to see last month, the Health Authority of Abu Dhabi has mandated the food in schools has now been changed. So they were no more allowed to have the fast foods. They have to have fruits and vegetables and healthy foods, and we hope that trend continues.
So talking about that, you do agree that vegetarianism or plant-based diet does play a role in people's health?
A vegetarian diet is critical. First of all, for me, it's a lot more interesting to have a diet full of fruits and vegetables and nuts and good food. Unfortunately, people, about 20% of their diet is fruits and vegetables. It should be about 80%. Now, I'm not a complete, strict vegan or vegetarian myself, but on the other side of the coin, I like exercise. So not only we have to, eat the right foods, but we also have to exercise. And I learned that about 40 years ago, that if you get a good aerobic exercise regularly, like every other day, 30 minutes, that you can actually reduce your resting heart rate. I kept my resting heart rate below 50 for almost 40 years now. And I just turned 67, so I'm really alhamdulillah.
That hard to believe.
And my wife is a nurse. She's an oncology nurse, so she also is my partner. And together, we study foods. We look at the labels. If you look at the labels, and especially the salt and the fat content and the sugar content, then you should not really be consuming these things either, especially salt. Turns out people are eating about twice as much of the salt that they need, and they should begin to use a salt substitute and not eat so much salt.
Would you please share your thoughts on Supreme Master Ching Hai?
Yes, so I understand this is about climate change and the global warming, and we do know that the vegetarian diet is very important to reduce the amount of heating in the atmospheres. So, for example, we do know that to raise cattle and meat, that it consumes a lot more energy than would be if you eat a vegetarian diet. That's one impact. All the pesticides, all the chemicals, all those sort of things, not only they're bad for your health, but they contaminate the earth. And if you eat a lot of meat, you actually will consume a lot of antibiotics and steroids that are not good for yourself. So there's that whole raising cattle and raising animals for food should be reduced if we shift over to a vegetarian diet.
Everyone has compassion and love in their hearts. It's vegetarianism that awakens it. Cooking is one way to reach inner peace. Do-Kyung Lee, vegan.
Generous viewers, thank you for your presence today for the First Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress on Words of Wisdom.